Yes, welcome to CSS 841 Policing and Law Enforcement in Nigeria. This is topic 3, where we are going to discuss powers of the police amid law enforcement. Good afternoon once again. I am Dr. Haleru Tijani, facilitation with you, the new topic. Thank you. The powers to the police. At the end of this unit, you should be able to understand the constitutional powers of the police. You will also know how to explain different powers enjoyed by the police, especially those that have legal backing. Powers to prevent crime. Police also have power to receive complaints from members of the public. They have constitutional power to make an arrest, investigation, and their powers to prosecute. The police officer is the first interpreter of the law and in effect perform a quasi-judicial function. Police make the best attempt to match the reality of human conflict with the law. He determines whether to take no action, either to advise or to warn or to make an arrest. Police also determine whether he must apply physical force, perhaps sufficient to cause death. The Constitution and the Police Act has empowered the police to carry out some tasks, and such powers is legally backed under the Constitution of Nigeria. The police power to prevent crime. This section introduces you to power of the police to prevent crime. The law made ample provisions for the role of police in prevention of crime within their jurisdiction. Section 35, Section 53 of the Criminal Procedure Act, CPA, provide thus. 1. Every police officer may interforce for the purpose of preventing and shall, to the best of his ability, prevent the commission of any offense. 2. A police officer may of his own authority interforce to prevent any injury attempted to be committed in his view to any public property, movable or immovable, or the removal of or injury to any public landmark or by or other mark used for the purpose of investigation. Powers to receive complaint from members of the public by the police. Any member of the general public may make a complaint to the police against any other person, alleging that the other person is about to commit or is committing or has committed an offense. Power of arrest. The police officer is compared with powers to arrest any person suspected to be committing or to have committed or about to commit a crime. Power to receive complaint from members of the public. Powers of the prosecution. The Nigerian police force is also empowered by the law to prosecute. Prosecute is simply the power and the legal authority to represent the state or police to conduct criminal trial before the competent court of law. Powers to release on bail. Any person arrested by the police, whether with or without a warrant of arrest, must be taken to a police station within a reasonable time or as soon as possible. Police have the power to release suspect on bail. Power to release suspect unconditionally. Where the police discover at the end of their investigation that the suspect did not commit any offense, the appropriate step to take is not to grant bail, but to release the suspect unconditionally. Why police have power and how police agencies relate to the people. Looking at the police has power to make arrests, to make investigation, we have to look at the two major concerns which must be balanced by the law enforcement. Also to look at how police officers receive their information for law enforcement agencies and what type of records are typically used in law enforcement. Why we have police? Looking at the power of the police to make an arrest, Then the question is, why does a modern society such as ours need police? The role of the police is to address all sorts of human problems when and in so far as their solution to do or may possibly require the use of force at the point of their occurrence. Police provide security to citizens. They also maintain law and order. The police is the first and the most famous law enforcement agent in the criminal justice corridors. No case in the criminal justice system can be handled or prosecuted without the input of the police, which is true. Hence, the roles of the Nigerian police cannot be overemphasized. Some criminologists have argued that law enforcement is the role responsibility of the Nigerian police force, while other criminologists have argued that the Nigerian police need the assistance of the court and prison in enforcing the laws. There are five basic contemporary goals most law enforcement agencies set. Law enforcement agent goals may differ from crime to crime and from one jurisdiction to another. However, there are five basic contemporary goals that every law enforcement must adhere to. Number one, irrespective of the jurisdiction must have to achieve. Below are the five basic goals of most police agencies. One, the police are there to enforce laws. Two, to preserve peace and unity among the human populace. Three, to prevent crime, that is law and order. Then four, protect lives, protect civil rights and civil liberties. And lastly, to provide services. What two concerns must be balanced by the law enforcement? There are two major concerns that must be balanced in the law enforcement agencies. Number one is field services and number two is administrative services. The field services, this unit is also called operation or line services. Law enforcement officers in this field or operation ensure that crime of any nature is being prevented and detected. The main duty of the field law enforcement officer is to combat crime, and they are always proactive in their services. This will reduce any kind of crime in our society. And the administrative services is include communication and record purposes, the area of recruitment and training of the police officers, and also provision of special facilities and general services to the police. All administrative activities are here in these services. Their record of service, the nature of their recruitment, how the police are going to be trained, special facilities and the service they need in the area of their promotion, the roster, duty assigned roster of their patrol, arrangement of their patrol team, which type of equipment do they need, what is the nature of crime taking place in this society, then number of the police force they need in order to improve the security situation of any particular society in the federation. Now the administrative will show you the number of the police we have and the number of the police agents we need to improve our security situation. All these records are very, very important in this regard. What types of record are typically used in law enforcement? Police record may be categorized as administrative record, arrest record, identification record, and complaint record. With administrative record, all information regarding the police officers, their characters, the total number of the police, the workforce they have in that particular unit are there in the administrative record. The arrest record will show the number of police arrests made, either in a day, a week, a month, or annually, so that the record will show the nature of the crime people are committing in that particular area, so that it will enable the government to provide the necessary tools for arresting that nature of crime based on the record identified by the police. Identification record and complaint record, which type of complaint people are making, which provision government will make in order to settle that, which court improvement are they going to improve because of the nature of complaint they record annually. We also look at the basic style of policing, which have been identified as noted by Sena and Sigel 1996. The part of the socialization as a police officer is developing a working attitude or a style through which he or she approaches in their policing. The basic style of policing include the following: enforcer, crime fighter, social services agent, and watchdog. Knowing all this, it will enable the police to make sure that they follow the nature of crime based on what they have on ground in order to arrest the situation so that the security situation will be improved. At the end of this class, I know you will see and you understand the reason why we need police officers in our society. We said the reason is to improve, maintain, and to provide law and order. We need peace in our society, so generally we need the presence and the duty and responsibility and also role of the police officers in our domain. Thank you very much for listening, and God bless you all.